Hi everybody, how's it going? Today I wanted to make a bit of a silly video because a silly thing happened to me recently. So the last video that I uploaded, which was like 4 or 5 months ago, was my Game of the Year video, which that in and of itself I uploaded pretty late. That was in like February, I'm pretty sure. And so I uploaded that, and as per usual, there were no real comments, no real viewership or anything. I got about as much views as I was expecting. But then one day, like about a couple weeks ago, like the views just like skyrocketed from like 200 to like 600, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I got all of these comments saying, thank you for making Five Nights at Freddy's, dude. Thank you for creating FNAF. Oh, dude, this is the guy that inspired Scott Cawthon to make FNAF. Oh my god, like, I was really like weirded out. I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, am I getting trolled? Is it some meme? Like, my assumption was, okay, there's probably some YouTuber or some guy with a Twitter account that made a meme that had me in it, and so people just randomly picked me as somebody that created Five Nights at Freddy's. Kind of like that meme of like, oh my god, Hatsune Miku created Minecraft, you know, like that kind of silly thing. And so I started to do some digging, and some of the comments were already kind of leading into where this came from. So we can go to the next screen right here. I have it ready. So there's this YouTuber apparently called Neroni Hollow. Great guy. We already talked here in the comments. It is a Spanish-speaking YouTube channel, so it's not a problem for me, but maybe for you guys might not understand it. But basically, this dude made a video about Five Nights at Freddy's, right? And the topic here, ¿Quién hizo la crítica que dio origen a FNAF? So that's in Spanish for what was the criticism that originated Five Nights at Freddy's? So one of the reasons for why Five Nights at Freddy's was created by Scott Cawthon is that he was criticized for his 3D models. In fact, you can see one of his previous games right here. This one, I can't remember. Yeah, Chipper and Sons. That was the name of this game. And so I remember there was a Jim Sterling video. In fact, he covers it right here. So the whole, he goes deep into the rabbit hole of like, well, Scott Cawthon created FNAF because he got criticized that his 3D models looked really scary. And Chipper and Sons was one of the examples, right? Because those already kind of look like how Freddy Fazbear looks like now, right? And so they're saying, they're creepy, they're weird, man, the 3D models are scary and all that stuff. And so you see a lot of those comments just everywhere, right? On his previous games, on Steam reviews, and of course YouTube videos. And so Neroni Hollow specifically points out the Jim Sterling video from years back, 11 years to be precise. And so Neroni Hollow was digging around the comments to say, well, hey, which ones are like more pointed towards what FNAF ends up looking like at the end of it. Yeah, and he talks about all of the changes that Jim Sterling has with their channel, I guess you should say now. Oh, and so, hey, here you go. So, my comment and another person's comment, Drifter Carbon, also another really nice guy. He does, like, Minecraft, like, texture pack videos, so you can check him out if you want. But 11 years ago, I commented, and I didn't even remember that I posted this comment. It says, I thought I'd never see anything scarier than the animatronic animals at Chuck E. Cheese's. I don't know why I typed Chuck E. Cheese's like an idiot. This is not the proper spelling for it at all. It's like Chuck-E-Cheeses. I don't know why I said Cheese's. This is before, if it's 11 years ago, then this is definitely before you being able to edit comments and all that stuff. So I guess I made a mistake. Maybe I was on my phone and, you know, iPhone autocorrect did something. I don't know. But I typed in Chuck E. Cheese's all terribly. Drifter Carbon actually had a brain and typed Chuck E. Cheese correctly. And so this guy, for this video, was searching all over the comments of that Jim Sterling video to see, you know, which are the comments that are the closest to what Five Nights at Freddy's is now, right? Like, who are the ones that actually criticize the 3D models and reference directly into Chuck E. Cheese's or, like, animatronics and all that kind of stuff? And according to him, he could only find like 2 or 3 comments, and one of those was mine. And so, I guess like as a bit of a joke, he kind of attributed, yeah, you see, this is one of those. This is what I was thinking about when I saw Chipper and Sons. But like he kind of attributes a little bit of the origin of Five Nights at Freddy's to my comment and Drifter Carbon's comment. There we go. He translates what the comments are. And so, yeah, and so the funny part is that he was nice enough to shout out my channel and shout out Drifter Carbon's channel and say, hey, give them some love. And yeah, he also shows, you know, some other similar comments. And so it's funny seeing this channel, Neroni Hollow's channel. I got really nostalgic watching it because he has like this text-to-speech kind of voice. And so it reminds me a lot of super old, like, Spanish-speaking YouTube, where there were YouTubers like the Antichrist or whatever that also had, like, text-to-speech voices and stuff. Yeah, it's funny and very nostalgic seeing a channel like this talk about, you know, the current stuff, FNAF, and kind of like the style of back then, you know? It's really cool. And so there's a bunch of comments here. Obviously, they're all in Spanish, talking about, man, you know, a lot of respect to this hater that originated the saga. I don't really know if I call it like a hater. I sort of just made fun of it. I don't know. I just thought that it was scary, and then I made like a silly joke about it. I didn't really mean anything by it. Yeah, a critique that was supposed to be destructive, and it ended up being constructive. Something grand. And so, yeah, some people are kind of memeing on it, being like, yeah, shout-outs to these legends that created Five Nights at Freddy's. And so, obviously, so I reached out back. This comment is from 10 days ago, where in Spanish I say, yeah, LOL, I type, I don't really deserve credit for inspiring FNAF. And I don't. I mean, I'm sure Scott Cawthon saw thousands of other comments, in particular in Steam reviews and probably even emails and stuff like that, that really, like, put the idea in his head more than a random Jim Sterling video where I, of all people, commented on it out of, like, thousands of other people that probably commented. So, yeah, I don't think it was because of me specifically. That, to me, seems impossible. But then I continue to say, it is a very funny coincidence that these games originated from similar comments, right? And then saludos at the end, which is like, hey, greetings, salutations. And then Neroni Hollow came back with a very friendly comment saying, hey, sorry for sinking all of those people on you on your comments, which is totally fine, by the way. I thought those comments were funny, and then on top of that, it was also really fun, like, investigating, doing all of the digging to be like, where are these comments coming from? Like, am I getting trolled? Where is this? And so eventually I got clued in that it's like, alright, there was some guy that made a video, and so then I saw the video, and then I went back to watch that Jim Sterling video, and I got really nostalgic. So yeah, I did see that old Chipper and Sons Jim Sterling video, and I did comment on it. And who would have thought that comments similar to mine would originate Five Nights at Freddy's? And so I ended up getting, where are the comments here? Sorry, I have a bit of a cough. Let's see. Where are the comments? Yeah, so this is my YouTube backend right here where I have all of my comments. And let's see, there's nothing personal that shows up on here, right? Nah, nothing. Yeah, good game of fun. There are still people that comment on my Dragon Quest tier list video. I need to make more Dragon Quest videos because those actually do pretty well. And then this Trails video. So it's funny because, yeah, the real OG, thanks for that idea. So people are going to my 2024 Game of the Year video because that's the most recent video I put out. But some of them have gone back all the way to my very first video, at least the ones that are public, right? Trails is amazing. Yes, it is, JRPG Addict. And then in Spanish it says, thank you for helping Scott create FNAF. Thanks, bro. You deserve my subscription. It's funny, though, because usually you see here, you have a little icon that says, publicly subscribed to you for 1 week. And so you see the little badge of people that are subscribed, and then the guy says, you deserve my sub, and then there's nothing next to his username. Although I do remember he did have it. I think he subscribed for like a day and then unsubbed, which is fine. I mean, I really don't upload that much anymore anyway. I'm kind of semi-retired off of YouTube, so it's fine. But it's just funny when people say, yeah, I'm subbing, and then they're not. So yeah, like, game review Arcana Heart PS2. So on my channel, my oldest video, the earliest thing that you can find is my super duper old, like almost 20-year-old Arcana Heart game review that I actually made as an audition video so that I could be in Classic Game Room. If you guys remember those old Classic Game Room videos, they had like a spin-off channel called CGR Undertow, where other people would come in and review games in the Classic Game Room style. And so I actually auditioned to be a part of that, and that Arcana Heart review is, that's it, like that's what I submitted. And they actually really liked it. They said, oh, you know, we could probably change the editing style a little bit. There's a couple of things here and there that we can adjust, but other than that, you're good to go, right? Like, I was pretty much in there, and life got in the way, and then I started to prioritize college, and, you know, I was just not in a good position to kind of just do it, you know, even as a part-time thing. And so I ended up canceling my own, like, I came in and I got accepted, and then I pulled out of it because I just had a lot going on at the time, and so I didn't become a part of CGR Undertow. But I was pretty much set on being a part of that. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for me. But that review is still uploaded, and people go back and they type, "Hey, thank you, Capo," for, you know, inspiring Scott Cawthon. More comments on the Dragon Quest tier list. But yeah, congratulations, you created Five Nights at Freddy's. I guess I could just go directly to the Game of the Year video, right? How do you feel knowing that you created a great saga with a movie and everything? I feel like most of these are joking. I would be worried if they actually took it seriously. And they're like, oh yeah, you actually did inspire FNAF. It's like, nah, I don't. I didn't. You are a hero. Congratulations. Scott Cawthon owes you indemnization. Oh yeah, like royalties and shit. That'd be great. That would actually solve a lot of problems for me if I did get royalties for FNAF. But I don't think I deserve that because I didn't make FNAF. I just wrote a comment on a video. Thanks for inspiring Scott to create Five Nights at Freddy's, bro. Hey pal, do you by chance know what Five Nights at Freddy's is? So they assume that I'm just some random dude that just like never caught on to what FNAF is. So these comments are telling me this guy and Drifter Carbon were the ones who gave Scott the idea to make FNAF, and some guy just says yes. No, me plus like thousands of other people that also said the exact same thing as I did. The only difference between me and everyone else is that I said the words Chuck E. Cheese's, and I guess most other people didn't. And so that's sort of what, you know, created this thing. Cheeto Freddy Fazbear. Okay, dude. I just came to see how people mention FNAF. You certainly originated something we all love. You're welcome, I guess. You created a monster, FNAF. Thank you for inspiring Scott for creating FNAF. Yeah, so all of these comments are all about Five Nights at Freddy's, and there's a bunch of people, like, upvoting it. Bro inspired Scott to create FNAF. I like your videos. just a normal dude saying, hey, good stuff. Thank you for inspiring Scott to create Five Nights at Freddy's. Hey, look at the one who originated FNAF. So these are the ones that I didn't respond to. But if I click on here and I bring back all of the ones that I did respond to, yeah, my man has absolutely no clue of the massive, permanent, irreversible impact his tiny little comment made. I guess? I don't know. I don't feel good taking credit for this, because I shouldn't take credit for this. What else did I respond to? Oh, yeah. So this is the comment to kind of let me know. There's like, oh... It's funny because he's kind of making fun of people that commented. Is like, oh, all of these people think they're gonna get, you know, Senpai is gonna notice them. Well, I'm making this video, so I guess Senpai did notice all of them. Yeah, so Neroni Hollow, so he mentions the name of it, of the channel, and so, yeah. And then I respond saying, hey, no worries. The comments don't really bother me. In fact, it was really fun. Oh, yeah, and so then I type this comment, a pinned comment on my Game of the Year video, where I say, the comments are confusing the hell out of me. I'm like, what's going on? And then I do an edit, so after I look it up, after I look at Neroni Hollow's video, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, now I get it, and here a bunch of other people responded saying, hey, thanks for giving me the idea for one of my favorite games. I would have missed wonderful moments of my childhood. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You indirectly created FNAF. In short, you basically created FNAF indirectly with a comment in that one Jim Sterling video. Yeah. Now, there was another one. Yeah, so here's the second comment that also kind of adds a bit more context. For anyone confused, yeah, basically there was a Jim Sterling video about Chipper and Sons, and yeah, so he commented and all that kind of stuff. And then I typed, bro, that was 11 years ago. What happened? I don't remember this shit at all. And I didn't. I legitimately did not remember that I had typed that comment. I didn't remember any of that. And so I thought I was getting trolled when people were saying, hey, you made FNAF. It's like, all right, this is like a Miku created Minecraft kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know who sent you, but yeah, sure, whatever, dude. Be proud that you created a giant community. I guess so. The Five Nights games, I mean, they're fine. I mean, they're whatever. I'm not like super like wild obsessed about them, but you know, they have a place in the industry. A lot of people like them. They have a right to exist. It would be interesting if you made a video about it. Well, I guess here I am making a video about it. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to acknowledge it on a video that, yes, I see you. I see your comments. and I just wanted to set the record straight that no, I did not create FNAF, and I wouldn't even say that I inspired the creation of FNAF. I think all of us as a gaming community, we all collectively, with our comments and us just memeing on Scott Cawthon's 3D models, saying that they were, you know, kind of creepy looking and all that stuff, and that gave Scott Cawthon the idea. Just the general populace having an opinion, as opposed to me specifically, or Drifter Carbon specifically, you know, pointing out that comment. On one specific video of one critic from 11 years ago. And for anybody that is still subscribed, or that started following my channel because of that shoutouts, then hey, I want to welcome you all to the Good Game Have Fun channel. I'm THP, and I usually just review games, and I occasionally do live streams. I'm kind of a semi-retired YouTuber. I'm not fully retired because there are some times where I do feel like I want to make a video, and so I do like a game review or I live stream. We recently did a stream for the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, and I did play a little bit of Sakura Wars on stream as well, and so those have been fun because I do those occasionally. And I am also a manga artist, a beginner rookie manga artist that still draws like crap, but I have been putting out some stuff. I have a 4-panel manga series called Snail-chan, and then I also have 2 one-shots. I have Mr. Legend and Lovely Marathon, which just came out today. So I'm probably going to leave some links in the description if you guys want to actually read my manga and maybe follow me on there too, because if I'm not making videos here, I'm probably drawing manga plus a whole bunch of other things. So, yeah, don't really have much else to say. I love you guys. I'm not bothered by the comments at all. I think all of this has been super fun, you know, to discover and to investigate. So, hey, love you all, and I hope you all stick around. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.